Good morning. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Farriba. Each week, I'll bring you different self care and wellness tips that hopefully you'll be able to use throughout the day and throughout each week. This week, we're going to look at some different positive actions that we can take on days that we feel like our emotions are just controlling every aspect of our life. I'm going to share with you a guide to mindful self-regulation that will present some strategies that will allow teachers and students to navigate through tough emotions. Here's some ways to mindfully self-regulate when you have some emotions that just make you feel out of sorts. I do want to say if you have any of these emotions that you just can't shake and that just weigh you down each day, please talk to a counselor, talk to a parent, and get some help. But on days that you're just out of sorts and you're just feeling like this, here's some things that you can do to try to help regulate those emotions. So when you're feeling angry, a great thing to do would be to step back, just take a minute, and take 3 deep breaths. We've talked about this before, but when you take those deep breaths deep down into your belly, it activates your vagus nerve and it just relaxes your whole system and you can think clearer and you can respond as opposed to reacting in an angry manner. My mom used to tell me to count to 3. Sometimes I had to count to 10, but 3 deep breaths help you to take those few minutes to get yourself together. When you're feeling overwhelmed, teachers, we feel overwhelmed all the time. There's so many students we take care of, lesson plans, data, all this stuff. Students, I know you're overwhelmed. You have 7 classes to keep up with. You have probably to have to help out at home with your families. You have extracurricular activities. So when you feel overwhelmed, just take a few minutes to make a to-do list, write the activities that you need to get done, prioritize the most important ones first, and then just work your way one at a time down the list. And once you get a plan, it will help take that overwhelm down a little bit. We've all felt insecure before. Comparison is just the thief of joy. When you start looking around and comparing yourself to other people's, it can cause you to feel very insecure. But I want you all to focus on, and I need to remember this too, focus on our own best qualities, our self-worth, and embrace any imperfections because those are the things that make us who we are. Everything about us makes us wonderful and makes us who we are and that other people love about us. When you feel rejected, boyfriend, girlfriend problems. Maybe you didn't make a team and you really wanted to. Maybe you lost a pickleball game or your partner didn't want to play with you that day or something. Just acknowledge that. Acknowledge that fear of that feeling of rejection and just try to look at rejection as redirection. Maybe there's something better. If one thing didn't work out, you feel rejected, there's probably something even better waiting for you over here. So instead of feeling rejection, look at it as redirection. And then we all get discouraged sometimes. It's easy to start focusing on the negative, but when you can focus on the positive, be kind to yourself, that discouragement can turn around into encouragement. A lot of times when I feel discouraged or insecure, if I go and do something kind for somebody else and start thinking about someone else besides myself, it opens things up and I feel so much better. So try some of these when you're feeling angry, overwhelmed, insecure, rejected, or discouraged and see if it doesn't help things turn around and start getting better. Now that we've looked at some different ways to regulate our emotions, let's end this practice today with 3 collective breaths. We've done this before. It's one of my favorite things, and I hope y'all are starting to incorporate this into your daily life. I invite you to find a comfortable seat, or you can stand up, ground your feet down to the floor. Lengthen your spine, just relax your shoulders down your back. You may want to place one hand on your heart, connect to your heartbeat, and one hand on your belly. And just begin to connect to your breath. You can keep your eyes open or you can close your eyes, whichever is more comfortable to you. Just notice each rise of your chest and fall of your chest as you breathe. Don't change anything. Just feel the breath moving through your body. And now let's just take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. 1 breath in and exhale. Another deep breath. And just let it out. Last one, deep breath in and exhale. If your eyes were closed, you can open them. And just notice how you feel after taking those 3 deep breaths. Your body should begin to relax and soften, and your system just kind of neutralize. But that's just something that you can do throughout the day whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or worried. So I hope that you'll try that this week. Thanks for joining me this week for 5 Minutes with Farriba. I look forward to sharing some more wellness tips with you next week.